Info Plus for genuine information.
Namaste and welcome to the show Info Plus with me, Rebecca Shetri. Today we have a special guest from the heart of Nepal's diplomatic community, Honorary Consul of Nepal to the Netherlands, Deepak Sapkota. Since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1960, Nepal and the Netherlands have shared a rich history of collaboration, friendship and mutual support. Today, we'll dive deeper into the unique relationship, exploring areas of cultural, economic and humanitarian cooperation, as well as some personal sides from our esteemed guest. Mr. Deepak Sapkota, currently serving as the Honorary Consul of Netherlands to Nepal, a distinguished professional dedicated to uplifting the lives of children and families in Nepal. He has an extensive career advocating for children's rights and improving community health systems. From shaping national policies on child welfare and health to being a trusted consultant and coordinator at the highest level, Honorary Consul Mr. Deepak Sapkota's journey is a testament to his unwavering commitment to social justice. He balances his professional endeavors with the personal passions for creating a better future for all.
Info Plus for genuine information.
Namaste and welcome to the show Info Plus.
Thank you, and I'm pleased to be here. Yes.
What has inspired you the most to take on the role as the Honorary Consul of the Netherlands to Nepal, and what has been the most rewarding part during your tenure representing the Netherlands in Nepal?
This is pretty difficult question because I love diplomacy, but I was never interested, or I didn't put my efforts to get into diplomacy because of so many reasons. One fine day, I got a call from the Dutch embassy in Delhi, and they asked me, "Are you interested to join as an honorary consul in Nepal?" So I took a couple of days to think, what exactly it is for me, what the impact of this will be in my career that I'm pursuing at this very moment. So that was how it came, and then I'm pretty happy to be the Honorary Consul of the Netherlands here in Nepal because it's pretty rewarding in every sense, like you get a lot of exposure. You also know, though it's not pure diplomatic job, you get exposed with lots of diplomatic issues that is happening around. More than that, you also are very much involved in relation to consular works. That means, if a Dutch citizen has missed his passport or any issues, all those kind of things, consular work. And more than that, it's economic, and there are lots of trade affairs also. So, you know a lot of things that is happening between two countries and above.
Can you also share an impactful story or an experience that happened during your tenure that highlight the unique relationship between the Netherlands and Nepal?
Well, there are many, and I can at least mention two. One, to meet the King of Netherlands, King William, and one of the most influential lady of the globe, Queen Maxima, and they are somehow connected to Nepal in many ways. So I met them last year, and it was pretty rewarding meeting with the King and the Queen. Also, one other unforgettable moment was to have the legendary footballer Johan Niskens, who played in 1974 and 78 World Cup final representing Netherlands in Nepal, was here in Nepal, training Nepalese coach last year, 1.5 years back. So it was amazingly great to have that kind of legends here in Nepal and promote Nepalese footballers in his presence. Yep. So these are two.
Seems like you have done lots of things, and as you also mentioned, you have been to Netherlands and meet the King and the Queen. So what changes have you brought between two nations during your tenure?
Well, honorary consul is a position that is not pure diplomatic, as I said before. We have some limitations. Despite of that, Netherlands and Nepal are friends since 1960, and we had we have a very glorious partnership in the history. Recently, Netherlands has focused its developmental cooperation in a couple of countries, and unfortunately, Nepal is not there. So there are not much official, partnership between two countries, but there are a lot of people-to-people level partnership happening in this country, and I'm fortunate enough to link them in a better way.
How would you describe the current state of diplomatic relationship between the Netherlands and Nepal, and especially in the area like education, cultural exchange, and tourism? Because both the countries is a very attractive place for tourism as well, I believe.
Yeah, as I said before, there are not much official government partnership at this very moment of time, but there are tons of other collaborations like public diplomacy. In terms of tourism, Netherlands, every year almost 15,000 plus Dutch visits Nepal here as a tourist. There are more than 150 Dutch initiatives in terms of in social sector in this country. There are many other things happening. So from that point of view, we are very close and friendly countries. There used to be a NAFIC scholarship provided by the Dutch government in the past, and many politicians, bureaucrats, and people who have achieved something in their life, they have been educated in the Netherlands, and the experiences of these people is great. They always appreciate the education system of the Netherlands is immensely great and very rewarding in their career later on. So tourism, public diplomacy, sports, human rights are a couple of areas where we are collaborating pretty strongly.
In terms of trade?
It's growing, but unfortunately Nepal is in between two giants. So when people talk from trade and economic perspective, we are always considered a small tiny country, which is not true. Nepal is a pretty big country in terms of global scenario, but our location is we are in between two countries. People either see from Chinese eyes or the Indian perspective, which does not fit much. So from that point of view, there are not many trade and economic cooperation happening at this very moment of time, but I see a couple of interests in IT sector, agriculture, tourism, and few more like dairy. So
what do you think we can do further to strengthen the trade between two countries?
I think our business people, they needs to explore, because Dutch are experts globally in couple of areas like agriculture, water management, trade, as they are very much located in the center of Europe, and every ships that passes by, in any country has to go via Rotterdam. So there are lots of opportunities, and government also needs to identify, what sort of benefit we can take from the Netherlands, as they are again expert on a couple of issues, and that expertise can help a lot to improvise our production capacity and many more.
So what initiatives are in place to make the relationship better between two countries?
To be very honest, from government side, I have seen, like they are interested, there are a couple of interests, but I do not see the push that we need to make as a country. There is a new government in Netherlands after, since a year kind of things. Our politicians, our people from the government can approach with our priority, though we are not in the priority list of the Netherlands, but as we used to have such a wonderful relationship in the past, that can be revived, and we can benefit from it. So my urge would be to be in more contact, to communicate, and to express our interest to collaborate more.
The Netherlands has been a very significant development partner for many countries. So are there any key project or program in place during a tenure?
Not exactly, if you ask me from that point of view, but we are trying to develop football, and the Dutch Football Association thinks Nepalese women football can be one of the, like if we can invest time and energy on that, they can be the champion of the globe. One, in terms of developmental activities, from private sector, it's going immensely good. There are more than 150 NGOs supported by Dutch entities, or the Dutch themselves are here supporting a lot of activities. There used to be the experts group called PUM.
Okay.
PUM, they are the experts in their areas, but retired experts. So they are coming here and providing technical knowledge to many industries and commerce and startups. All those kind of things are happening. But as I said before, I think we need to put little more energy and attention towards the Netherlands, because it's very important country and pretty rich in terms of it's 17th economy in the globe, despite of being a tiny country.
So you've been the honorary consul of the Netherlands to Nepal. You must be taking lots of initiation from your side.
No, it has to go from both the sides. Though I represent Netherlands here in Nepal, I do not represent Nepal here. So I'm very ready to facilitate if there are any initiatives taken by the Nepalese part. And being a Nepalese, obviously I'll be there to promote it more within my capacity. What
has been the most challenging part? Because it seems like you are trying to bring lots of things in Nepal.
I think
in coordinations with the Netherlands. So do you find any challenges?
Well, it's not challenges, but the way we operate. I think the way we operate here in Nepal, we are very ad hoc. Things happen so rampantly in the very last moment. We do not plan in advance. But the West, especially the Netherlands, they plan in advance. They are very well prepared, and they know if they are going to meet anyone, what exactly they need from that person or that group. So preparation and putting priorities are some of the areas that we need to pay attention. So what exactly Nepal can benefit from the Netherlands, that we should know and we should approach. And I think education is one of the areas. Nafik used to be there. We can revive that. There are some other areas in terms of economy. Agriculture is the expertise of the Netherlands, and we say Nepal is the agriculture country, so that there are lots of possibilities to collaborate. But again, there has to be a consolidated longer-term plan and longer-term efforts with very genuine interest.
So how do you think Dutch government or private sector contribute to Nepal education, healthcare, or infrastructure sector, as you being honorary consul of Netherlands to Nepal?
Every time when I go to Netherlands or visit Dutch officials or people from private sector, I see a lot of interest, also sympathy towards Nepal. But my feeling is you have not been able to, encash or utilize those opportunities. In case of healthcare and infrastructure, there are some private initiatives helping our efforts. In terms of education, as I said, Nafik used to be one of the best instruments for us, which has been left out or which has been dropped by the Dutch government. And as I said, we can revive all those kind of things. But again, Nepal is not in the priority list of the Netherlands from the point of development. So there has to be more official engagement between two countries.
The Netherlands is been known for its vibrant cultural heritage. So you being the honorary consul of the Netherlands to Nepal, what steps are being taken to promote cultural actions between Nepal and the Netherlands in coming days?
Well, it's very vibrant country, vibrant and very lively country. I was there last week. I just came yesterday, and to be in Amsterdam or to be in many other cities where there are people from all over the globe, and the way it does things, they think they are very innovative. This impact investment and startups and everything begins basically from there, So we can take those kind of steps taken by them to pursue our future in a better way. In terms of culture, we have to maintain. We are pretty different countries, and our culture also is not lesser nice or impactful in comparison to the West. So how we can prevent and preserve our culture and tradition, so that when people from the West comes here, they see how different we are. But despite of that differences, what sort of similarities as a human being that we can carry on, are some of the opportunities. We are trying to connect one of the cities of Nepal with one of the municipalities in the Netherlands. Let's see how it progresses. It's too early to mention the name, but that is taken place. couple of theater and some other musical companies are interested to come here to perform or to collaborate with some of the Nepalese companies. And recently the movie Sambala is going to be launched in Amsterdam.
Wow,
and
beautiful.
I'm hopeful that that will create a lot of opportunities for Nepalese tourism and culture.
That's true. So during your tenure, we can see lots of good work being done.
Oh, yeah, hopefully.
With Nepal being the popular destination for Dutch tourists, how can both the countries work together to promote tourism?
Well, I think visiting Nepalese to Netherlands is lesser than the Dutch visiting Nepal because of a couple of reasons. One, Nepal is, when we say Nepal, Nepal is a top of the roof, top of the world. And
That's true.
when we say Netherlands, the meaning is Netherland means below sea level. So we are completely different in terms of geography. But that differences can connect us. It's top of the world to the sea. I think that is why many Dutch people, they would like to visit Nepal and experience all these mountains and hills and everything of this country. Though there is a huge affection towards Nepal, Nepal has not been promoted as strongly as we could promote to the Netherlands. I believe we can get more tourism.
We should do further to strengthen
I think
that bond.
Ministry of Tourism and tourism
countries.
boards and many other companies that are involved in tourism, I think should promote Nepal in a very organized and professional way. By attending a couple of conferences or this what you say touristic meetings will not be sufficient. There has to be a systemic launch of Nepal, so that people know what they can expect when they do come here over here.
Are there any joint initiatives to promote sustainable development goals between two countries?
Well, before getting into that point, I would like to talk a little bit more on tourism. That is, last week I met the first Dutch who submitted the Everest, and one of his team biggest concern is, like he was walking this time. I think or last year he was walking over this Everest base camp, and he said now onwards he never will go to that area because of the noise pollution. He said from Lukla to base camp in a day, hundreds of helicopter flies in a very low height because it's already high place, and it's too much disturbing. So Nepal needs to pay a little bit attention on protection of our heritages. This is one part, and as you were talking about SDGs, SDGs are the common development framework for many countries in the globe. And again, as there are no government-to-government relationship, so there are not much opportunities at this very moment of time to collaborate. But there are lots of Dutch initiations that are supporting SDGs to happen here in this country in a significant manner.
So what are your future plans as the Honorary Consul of the Netherlands to Nepal?
Well, put priorities to strengthen bilateral relationship of both the countries, basically government to government, and increase the level of public diplomacy and promote Nepal as much as possible in the Netherlands.
In what way do you think can the youth of Nepal and the Netherlands collaborate to create a stronger global partnership between two nations?
This is greatly interesting topic. The youth of Netherlands, they have been from the very beginning taught in such a way that they respect diversity, they respect human rights, they respect differences. They are very innovative. For example, what is being discussed in the Netherlands at this very moment of time is not to give access to young children on social medias, social platforms, because that's hampering a lot, And then a lot of youths are being engaged in sports and many other activities so that they can ventilate their energy, but also their interest to be a future, professionals. So I think it's one of the best countries to see, how government is keenly involved to strengthen the youth power, and we can learn from that. And as an honorary consul, once again, I will be more than happy to link, if there are any interest in this country.
Finally, what message would you like to give as the Honorary Consul of the Netherlands to Nepal, especially to the youth of our country?
My message would be, I think let's revive the partnership, the friendship that we had between these two countries in the past. One, let's see, how the Dutch society is thinking in relation to being responsible to prevent our environment, the issues related to climate change, and basically the human development. So these three areas: climate change, environment, and as a global citizen, how we can help each other in to make our Mother Earth more, a place to be more livable place.
Climate issue is a very happening issues globally right now.
Yeah. So these are the major issues, and Dutch government is putting a lot of energy and time on climate change. So that also can bring a lot of possibilities.
Are you also taking some initiations for this?
Let's see. Yes, we have been talking about developing a signature program between two countries on climate change as a top of the wall and below the sea level. So let's see how it evolves.
Thank you so much for your time, and we wish you all the best as the Honorary Consul of the Netherlands to Nepal.
Thank you for the invitation, and my pleasure to be talking with you. Thanks.
Info Plus for genuine information.
Thank you, Honorary Consul Deepak Sapkota, for sharing your valuable insight and perspectives with us. Your work in fostering Nepal to the Netherlands relations continue to make a meaningful impact, and we look forward to seeing the many ways in which our two nations will continue to strengthen their ties. It has been an honor to hear about experience and the exciting opportunities that lie ahead of both Nepal and the Netherlands. Thank you to our audience for joining us on Info Plus today. We hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as we did. Until next time, take care and stay connected with us. Namaste.
Info Plus for genuine information.